So, anyways, if I can fucking... No, I cannot. It's weird because it'll respond one direction, usually vertically, perfectly fine, and then some other direction it won't, which is retarded. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. I don't know why it does that. I don't know how to fix it. It could be something stupid like its pull rate is not supported on, I don't know. Some days it works perfectly fine. Apparently the past two aren't those. Oh yeah, Roblox changed sounds again. Anyways, so yeah, motovlogging is being put off a little bit because, well, I mean, there's just been a bunch of shit going on. Technically, oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous. Look at this shit. I can't even turn the DPI all the way up, and I can kind of use the mouse. Obviously not with any sanity. Anyways, I don't know. I really have no idea why the fuck it does this. And it annoys the shit. And what's weird is, I had completely forgot it did this until I got in a Skype call yesterday and it started doing it again. And because that startup and when I was photoshopping and everything else, it was working perfectly fine. And it's not the Surface I'm on. I mean, here, I'll get... There's no mouse pad now. Because no, it still doesn't work for shit. I don't know. It pisses me off. It pisses me off because the $6 mouse I had didn't do this. And the $100 mouse I have does do this. But anyways, so... couple technical things, like one of the motorcycles I think is burning oil. It might just have worn rings, but it might be something more severe. I thought it was something super severe at first, because it basically was showing no signs of doing this up until I was riding it one day and noticed that it seemed to have no oil, which is a problem I've run into on a different bike with my friend, where oil magically vanished, except for there was still oil in my bike. There was absolutely no oil in his. And in his case, it's the breather. It doesn't exactly stop oil. In my case, I think it's just burning a little bit of oil, because his did it rather quickly. Basically, it did it in like 1 or 2 rides. Mine did it in several rides, and I don't know. Anyways, both bikes are Hondas that have done this. Both bikes are... Okay, now what is it doing? It's doing something completely different now. It's not even the mouse this time, it's the fucking... I don't know. Anyways, both bikes are in the 80s range. All 3 of our bikes that are remotely close to street legal, I can't really count my new bike as street legal, but anyways, my NX125 is an 89, my XR250R is an 85, his CB750 is a 1980. All 3 of these bikes are in the 80s range, and 2 of them, the race bikes, which would be his CB750 and my XR250, have had a strange oil problem. So, the NX125, because it's not sure what it wants to be, if it wants to be a scooter, an enduro, a motorcycle, an adventure bike, or apparently all at once, it doesn't seem to have these problems because it can't decide on what it wants to brake first. But it's so slow, it's unsafe, really. Actually, I don't know if I ever put the video up about it, but I got ran off the road, basically pushed off the road. I mean, if you can... How am I going to recreate it? Actually, wait, I have a motorcycle. There's the laggy mouse thing again, although to be fair, this is because of a different reason. Anyways, so we do this. If I'm sitting, or I'm going... Hang on, how can I set this up? This isn't how it works. Alright, it's a road just like here. And I'm cruising along, you know, probably not being able to keep up with traffic. It's 55. That'll give you an idea of how slow the bike is. And then this fucker comes out of nowhere and basically lane splits with his car. And pushes me off into this huge gravel. I was already about to slow down, so my front brake locked in it. I slowed down almost to zero completely, and when I went off the bike, I was pretty much stopped, but my handlebars went straight into my collarbone. And although I'm not hurt or anything, it's worth noting that one of the reasons that happened is because that bike isn't exactly powerful enough to please people behind me, apparently. But anyways, so I do have film of me on it. In fact, a lot more. I only have like 1 or 2 films with the XR, and I have hours worth of film on the NX. Because the NX is, I don't even remember what I was saying. But anyways, it's reliable, even though it's the most abused out of all of them. The CB had like 24,000 miles on it or something. The NX only had 14,000, but one of them is a superbike that holds almost 5 fucking quarts of oil. The other one is unsure of what it wants to be, and it holds like 1 quart, 1.1 quarts. So, you know, suddenly 24,000 miles on a machine that has 4 times as much oil isn't nearly as bad. And to make matters worse, when I got the bike, I don't think anybody ever changed the oil in its entire life. But anyway, so I'm having problems with that. I'm having audio problems, which I have a solution for. I just can't afford it. I know someone wants to give it to me as a gift, but kind of a little uncomfortable with it because the total cost of it's around $300. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable, even though I know the person really well, and you know, she's just trying to be super nice and shit. I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I would feel guilty for, because like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not sure how to put that. But so there is a solution to the audio on the GoPro, partially. There is not a solution for the battery issue I have, which is apparently you have to update the firmware to use the extended battery, or charge the extended battery pack. And after doing that and having it work, I was like, oh, good, great. And then it stopped charging again, and so I don't know what it is this time, which is annoying. Although with the audio solution, I found I couldn't use the extended pack anyway, so. But it's fucking annoying, really. You shouldn't have to update your fucking firmware to charge a goddamn battery, and that's ridiculous. Especially one that has its own dedicated charging port. I don't know. The other issue is the front LCD doesn't work, which sometimes complicates things. I still don't know how that happened. I know when it happened and why it happened. I just don't know how it happened because it's just so strange. But anyway, so there's the problem with that. Editing has been an extreme challenge because, well, mostly time. And actually I know this is probably getting long, but a lot has been going on. My job wants me to work a shift from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. I think it'd be like 20 hours or something total a week or something, maybe more, I don't know. Which, with the hours I have at the moment, at least at the moment, that's slightly better. But the issue is that I don't think that really ever changes. And with my current hours, yeah, they're low as fuck. I'm getting like 16 and 17 tops. Sometimes 17.5, and I was getting close to almost 40. But they fluctuate versus the position they want me to do, which I don't remember ever even applying for. I don't know. If I find out that if it's basically, I would either break even pay-wise or somehow make less, or even if I make more, I guess my definition of breaking even would be, is it enough that I would justify losing sleep over, and is it, like, basically, is it worth it? And the answer is probably going to be no, but it is what it is. The plus side of it is I don't really have to put up with a lot of the bullshit that goes on in my current position. I would be doing a lot of forklift work. I would be, well, pretty much just figuring out what's fucking out of stock, really, what it comes down to. And a couple other things. I don't remember all the details. But, again, I mean, unless it's a justify, because at 20 hours, I couldn't justify it unless it was 13 or 14. And even then, I don't know. Well, maybe. An hour, I don't know. But anyways, so that's the thing. Working, I've been working on trying to get a second job, which is part of the reason that videos keep getting delayed and shit. Among all the other shit. I keep having technical issues, or other weird things happen. I don't know. But yeah, I am working on doing a lot of stuff, mainly for YouTube. Look, I'm motovlogging, guys. I'm in a car and I'm talking about stupid shit, and you guys probably don't give a shit. Yeah, so it's coming down to, yes, I don't have work usually until nights, well, evenings at least. But and I usually don't work during the day. During the day, I'm trying to sort things out, like try to find a better job, or I was trying to produce some content, but with the bike issue going on, I don't know. It's you know, and the other part of it is, because in order to do this, I have to use hard drive space. I have to kind of plan everything out, and then most importantly, I have to use gas, which means that for all that effort I do, if I want to add audio and, for example, go in and overdub it or something like that, which I really don't want to do. I don't know who this person is that just joined the game, but if it comes down to that, I guess I will. But the thing is that means it's costing me money just to produce raw footage. And it's not a big deal. It's just things are kind of tight right now, if you haven't already figured it out. I'm just going to say vaguely, actually partially, because I'm not awake enough. By the way, you're on film. Want me to blur your pixels? Speaking of which, I do have some really awesome supermoto footage, all the way up until the really fun stuff where you see me jump 15 feet in the air and jump over this dude and shit, and the camera died right before it. So, unfortunately, I only have 1 or 2 jumps, and it was really just me finding out if my chain was going to fall off. So yeah, things are a little tight. Of course, the bike I really want to... Am I autistic? What kind of question is that? The bike I really want to be filming on, it takes basically premium, really expensive gas, and it only hang on. It only takes like 2 gallons or something, so it's not expensive, but you know, I mean, I don't know, I have to think about things. That's the reason I'm not actually motovlogging in my actual car. Is because, I mean, even though gas is getting cheaper, I shouldn't be complaining. It's, you know, it's just something to think about, and I don't know. I mean, I'm making this kind of long, I know. Hang on. I don't know. Maybe I should just keep going. I was gonna split it, but I mean, it's seriously just something to think about. You know, if you have to consider production costs and how long it's going to take you to make that back. I think I only have like 69 subscribers at the moment, and I still need to fix my ad revenue thingy to where I actually get the money. So, you know, it's just something to think about. You know, if you don't produce something, if you don't come up with something that people are going to like, I don't know. I don't know. It's something to think about. Maybe I'll motovlog for you guys real quick. Let's start this over.